Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Executive Policy Committee meeting for January 24th, 2025, to deal today with the budget referral items for both the capital and operating budgets. We're meeting on Treaty 1 territory, the traditional home of the Red River Métis, and joined today by council colleagues. And I first want to welcome our new member of the Executive Policy Committee for the first time in over 33 years. The Mynarski Ward, North End is represented, and we're really excited to have Councillor Ross Eady join us today. So, Councillor Eady, welcome. So glad that you're in this role and taking over Chair of Waterways. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
And we'll need a motion today, perhaps Councillor Boadi, to extend a leave for Councillor Duncan.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. We have two motions that are before us. Both will be moved by Councillor Boadi. So, Madam Clerk, any information needed on this, or can the councillor just move the motion?
The councillor can just go ahead and move the motion. Just items 1 to 6 and 8 to 12 will be received as information.
So moved.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And on the final motion here, I just want to take a few moments to thank everybody that's come forward at our budget delegations the other day. A lot of interest and passion from the community.
So we need motion 7 first.
Oh,
Or
motion 7.
Sorry, the next one, item number 7, which is the police board
So
recommendation.
moved. I'll move the Winnipeg Police Board recommendation.
Okay, the motion on the Winnipeg Police Board budget recommendation. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Sorry to cut you off, Councillor Boadi.
My apologies.
Yeah.
I missed that we skipped that one. So yeah, moving on to number 13, the final recommendation for the budget. It's been circulated. Just want to take a few moments to thank everybody who came and spoke in delegation on Wednesday. Lots of passion and thoughtful comments from people in the community. All those people who've reached out over the last number of weeks with various emails, calls. I had the opportunity to visit the Waverly West Ward and meet with residents from that community, and heard all sorts of comments about the budget. And it was good to hear some different perspectives. There were people from both her ward as well as beyond, and I'd like to thank Councillor Lukes for that opportunity as well. It's not a state secret that finances are challenging. There is no shortage of good projects that the city could be involved in. We have all sorts of capital needs and all sorts of wants. I think the budget that we presented back in December and have continued to debate since that time provides a balance between those crucial needs that we have, as well as some of the things that make our city a wonderful place. Somebody goes, why would you fund anything for the arts? Well, you know what? Winnipeg is great because of the arts. We're great because of a lot of the things that make Winnipeg a unique and special city. Some people will never ride on a bike lane. I think we do need to support our bike lanes. I might do them a little differently than the way we do them, but that's a matter of opinion. I'll be the first to admit that there are aspects of this budget that sure perhaps would not be my top priority, but they are somebody else's top priority. So again, it's a balancing act, and I think we found a good, happy medium, and I do encourage everybody to support this budget. Since the budget delegations on Wednesday, there have been a couple modifications that have come forward. First of all, really happy to see that we found something for the lobby of the Millennium Library. So happy that the Downtown Community Safety Partnership has offered to do a pilot and perhaps something that's going to last longer term. And most recently, since that meeting, we've heard that they're going to take and spend the time and the energy to meet with Indigenous groups, to meet with other downtown stakeholders, to make sure that they provide their services in the way that makes the most sense for Winnipeg and for the area, for the downtown neighborhood. There's been a number of requests from members of council that have come forward, and in response, we've increased for 2025 the Communities Fund, additional $1 million, which is about $67,000 per ward, for priorities that range from various different things in different communities that members of council brought to my attention. So those are a couple of the highlights of what's changed in the new budget motion. So with that, Your Worship, I move the motion as presented.
Thank you very much. I may say a couple things to this as well, but Councillor Lukes, go ahead, and any other councillor that wants to speak to it.
I'm just going to say a couple short things. I'm going to probably go into a little more depth at the
council meeting when we approved the budget. So I want to thank all the people that worked on the budget, refinement from the 4-year budget to this year's revision and update, to the public service, who's just been incredible, providing, I wasn't on the budget working group, but anytime I asked a question, they provided an answer to whatever my questions were. I want to thank them, to the members that worked on the budget, to the councillors that worked on the budget. It's not easy, it's really difficult. You're right, Councillor Barati, not every budget has what everyone wants, a bit of this, a bit of that. It's a very, very trying times that we're in. It's not easy. And, you know, Mr. Mayor, it's not easy, I know, or I'm sure, I've never been mayor, but to make promises as a mayor and to hope that other levels will deliver and support and not, and then have to raise taxes, you know, that is a very bold move, but I know it is the right decision and the right move. And I do want to thank all the people that emailed me. I didn't respond to many of the Community Connection ones because I couldn't keep up with it. I want to thank them. I'm very pleased to see we found a solution. One of the presenters that had come to the last Executive Policy Committee meeting drilled down and highlighted the services that the library provides from the data that was collected and the alignment to what occurs with the community, downtown community group that's going to be moving in there or doing the pilot run. It's incredible, the alignment. I thought the alignment was really good. You know, it's really hard to get through this. It's a lot of difficulty with the finances. And I think there's this big cloud on the horizon that really concerns me. And I know, Mr. Mayor, you're on it, and that is the whole tariff issue, right? Like, we don't know what's going to happen with the tariffs. But I don't want to say we're toast with the tariffs if the tariffs come, but when I look back and when I see that when we had our fiscal stabilization fund and we went through COVID and the support that provided us, that ultimately put us in even more difficult position today because of the funds that we use to support the city, to support businesses, and just to keep everyone afloat. That was great. We're in a precarious position now. I don't know what's going to happen with the tariffs. And then that I guess is, you know, we get through this, the budget, and then we basically February 1st or whatever are going to be dealing maybe, hopefully not, but maybe with tariff issues. So there's a lot on the horizon that is concerning, but I think for what's being presented in this budget today, I can support it. My constituents, we did a community consultation. I've had, you know, pretty good support from the constituents on the budget as we've laid it out. So I'm here to support this motion when it comes forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Reedy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to try to be really short. I wasn't on EPC, but I'd already looked at the budget, and I just wanted to say, while we know that people are having a hard time with affordability and moving ahead, the city is dealing with a lot of realities that are difficult. And my first comment when went over the budget was simply that having to raise property taxes more, it was more realistic, but I believe reasonable, given the financial challenges that we have. I believe it was reasonable. We see other cities who are raising their property taxes way higher percentage, and and I would also like to mention that appreciate the budget working group and the executive policy committee, chairperson from Public Works, that we have a plan. We're initially taking care of and moving the renewal of the Arlington Bridge forward with substantial investment. And I believe that as we work towards removing the old bridge, which is in danger of falling, that we'll have a design and we'll be able to try to seek partners in renewing the Arlington Bridge, which is very important to communities all over North Winnipeg, from the Assiniboine River all the way north to the limits. And so, but at that, there is so much in here, and the added 67,000 for each ward. I can tell you right now, the demands that I get from organizations trying to make things better, that money will go to really good use. So at that, really support what we've done here. It's realistic but reasonable.
Thank you very much, Councillor Eady. Councillor Santos.
Yeah, I'll probably leave my speech for next week, but I just want to thank the public administration, the budget working group for working on updating the multi-year budget for the year 2025. I know it's been very challenging, and we've taken some bold steps to raise the property taxes a little bit above than what the mayor had mandated, and I want to commend him for that because, as we know, there's a lot of risks that the city of Winnipeg is dealing with in the multi-millions of dollars, and we're not really actually tackling some of those risks, especially putting money back into the financial stabilization reserve. So this is a balanced approach. I've always said that from the very beginning when I was elected, that we should be looking at a more fiscally, socially balanced budget, and what we have before us today is that. We've heard from many delegations through my committee as well as through EPC that that's what they're demanding, and I think this amending motion brought forward by Councillor Variety, the Chair of Finance, is doing such that. So I'll have more comments later on, but fully support it, and thank you for that.
Thank you all very much, colleagues. I want to thank Councillor Bawadi again, the Budget Working Group, the entire team that worked on this budget. It certainly was a team approach. Our corporate finance team, thank you so much for all of your effort as well. The one thing that I will say about this, I'm not going to repeat the highlights because I thank Councillor Bawadi and others of you for highlighting it. One thing I will say is that if we look through this budget, it very much reflects our strategic priorities. And the Strategic Priorities Action Plan, we don't talk about it a lot, but it's often kind of, you know, certainly on my mind because we go back to it from time to time. Put the plan together so that our budgets could fund that plan. And so it don't always align exactly, but there's a lot of things like Arlington Bridge, like focus on downtown, like the focus on youth investment, that are all part of our strategic plan. So in many ways, I just want to remind us that what we're doing today and what the budget we brought forward is very much an effort to fund the goals and the priorities that we set out as a council in unity. And so glad to see that our budget does that today. So with that, I'll call the question. On this, all those in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? That is carried. Thank you. Councillor, I think we can have a motion to adjourn, right? So Councillor Eady, you want to move adjournment, please?
I move adjournment.
All right. Thank you. We are adjourned.